me again. You're walking with me. And look at these fucking skies. They're pristine. This is why I live away from the city. Because you can't see this blue in the frickin' city with the smog. But anyway, so I have been doing this whole deep dive into baby equipment. Like what you really need for a kid this day and age. And I kind of like this new generation's take on it. And I actually recommending my little sister's approach. And I'm just talking about this because I remember when I was a teenager, my baby sisters are 10 and 12 years younger than me. So I was practically a teenager when my mom was pregnant, and I had my own experiences, and even my experiences were different than my mom's. Like my sisters' take on it, they only buy a few things. Like the most basic things that you would need when the baby comes. It's not like my mom's generation. They would throw the baby showers and they would get everything that they would need in the first year. Load up on diapers. Like almost like the pandemic was going to hit on baby stuff. I feel like my mom's generation over-prepared. Then again, they come from a very different time. They didn't have all these gadgets. They didn't have home delivery services. So that takes a lot out of it. Now these women, if they do forget something, they don't even have to leave their house. They can have it delivered by DoorDash or Grubhub or whatever. So that, cuts down on the I need to have things in my house. Then we also have newer gadgets, like when my mom's generation was raising us, they used a lot of plastic bottles and nipples and all this stuff, and we still do that. Glass bottles are mostly recommended, but they have really cool like specific size bottles. So they just buy whatever bottles that their kids are in and maybe the next one up, and they just focus on what they need right now in a way that's, one, because they have to work with an economy that's harder. A lot of the women I've kind of been studying are more, not necessarily, like one sister is a single mom, one isn't, but they still take on a really big role of raising the kids on maternity leave because one of them has to work, So what do we really need? What don't we need? And this is what I noticed. It's better to just stay with one. You never know what size your kid's gonna come out. Your kid could be tiny, it could be long, it could be fat, so sizing, buying a bunch of sizes really doesn't make sense. If you buy a newborn but you have a bigger baby and you have all this newborn shit. So like my sister would get a couple, before they had the baby, a couple infant different sizes, just a couple, and then whatever size they would work with that, order, buy what they needed from there, and they sell the clothes after. Anything that's in really good shape, they go on the websites and they sell the clothes, which is designer stuff, to other moms that are struggling and need nicer clothes but don't have money. So they're out here helping each other out, sharing coupons, like e-coupons. There's pages on like how do you get formula for free, how do you get formula coupons, because let's face it, formula and diapers are expensive. And they have this whole network of empowering women, helping other women. Now if you don't produce milk, it's so easy for you to just go get donated milk, which wasn't really a big thing when my parents were raising us. So the availability of help and knowledge and programs has highly improved, which I love. And I love the simplicity of just focusing on what baby needs right now, because I think it does help your budget. It does help have less clutter around the house. And I think they're spending more time actually prepping for their births and maternity leave. They're focusing on alright, maybe I'm gonna need like a belly wrap. Maybe I'm gonna need a C-section. Let me just make sure. Like, they are so far more advanced about the labor part than even I was a few years ago. Like, their birth plans and how when a woman is pregnant and they go in and they plan out, you don't always get according to plan. It depends on the medical situation. But like, you can write in specific things, like, and this is what I'm going to do that I didn't before, like, you can request for the father or yourself, if possible, to pull your own baby out or catch it, if willing. If there's no medical emergency, of course the doctors and nurses are there to guide you as well. But that's important to me. I've already imprinted on the kid for 9 months. I really want the father to be the first one that it touches, sees, smells, because that's only fair. Like, I got all this time to cook with it, but after that, then it's me. Okay. But anyway, I just think that it's so cool that you can fine-tune a birth plan like that. It's just so much more supportive of the actual woman and how much of a journey it is for them, and also the baby. And I love that this generation doesn't really know what a nursery is unless their baby is in trouble. That's the only time they go into a nursery, is a NIC unit, which is really hard for moms. If I was a NIC unit baby, because they keep them right in the room with you, and they have really high security. So if anyone gets anywhere near that elevator that's too close for their liking, alarms go off. So nobody's baby can just be snatched, like sadly it used to happen. So there's all these developments that I was noticing, man or woman. It's just like, look at how the process of giving life has changed, and among other medical advances, we're doing good, but it's also still very life-threatening for a lot of women. A lot of women still die in childbirth, not so much in this country, thankfully, but in a lot of others, we still have work to do. But in reviewing all of this new gear out here for babies, I have struck my baby feverness, and it doesn't help that my adorable nephew is so cute. I can't get enough of him. I literally just want to eat him up. He's adorable. That hurts my ovaries. I think he's 2 months. Very little tiny baby still. Then I got Zai, who, although she's almost walking, she's still a little pint-sized, little tyke. She's the tiniest baby we've had. So she still looks like a little baby, and she still likes it when I snuggle her. So that's not helping. So anyway, what am I gonna do about this? I've been thinking a lot about surrogacy, or maybe just getting a donor on my own. I'm 41. I don't like any of these men out here. I've tried. Okay? I've tried to do this date thing, and I don't like it. Not saying I'm giving up, because I'll never give up on love, but I'm done with dates. I'm done with apps. I'm done with being set up. I'm done with blind dates. I'm done with meeting people out. I'll sit and I'll have a conversation. I'm not flirting. Until I feel something in my soul stir. Then I'll be like, I actually want to get up and talk to that one. So it will. But that attitude is not going to help me have a family. And I don't need to wait for a man. This is 2025. If I want a fucking baby, I can just go get a donor. I don't know how that goes. Can I pick it out like a catalog? Like blue eyes, blue hair. That would be cool. Can you pick the nationality and stuff? Because that could be fun for me. I'm a scientist. I want a really smart specimen. I'm thinking about this for real. Tell me what you think. Is that a totally wackadoo? I'm still doing it.